Hi, welcome to Grief Relief Yoga. I'm Jami, and today's practice is dedicated to Holly's mom. Holly is now an angel. Holly's mom is an angel mom, as am I. I have one child who walks and one who soars. My son Judson is soaring with Holly and all the other angels. And I just want to say welcome to this practice. As a grieving mom, I'm 22 months into my this hellacious journey, and I just want to say welcome. This practice is for you. This practice is for me also. It gives me just as much pleasure to do yoga for others as it does to dedicate it to our kids who are no longer with us. And it's so soul sucking to go through this journey of child loss. And yoga has really helped me exponentially. It does not take away the pain, but what it does is it softens the blows quite a bit. And I have also recently stopped numbing myself with alcohol. That was my drug of choice after my son died. And during other stressful times in my life, I have numbed myself to avoid feeling the really uncomfortable feelings. And we all know that that doesn't work. So I started with adding yoga and then uh, eradicating alcohol. And so things are much brighter now. Still very, very, very sad without my son. I've got his baby picture right there on my faith, hope, and love sign to you, Judson. I would not have become a yoga instructor without Judson. I wanted to help him. And I know how much yoga helps. So without further ado, let's get started. Today's practice, we're going to begin on our seats. And if you are just wanting to listen and just want to lie down and shut your eyes and participate in that way, I invite you to do that. And as a matter of fact, everything that I say today is an invitation. It's a suggestion. Yoga can be very, very difficult if you've never done it. And it can be difficult if you have done it and the postures are out of your reach. But yoga should be accessible to everyone, to all. So today's practice is gentle. You can sit in a chair. You can lie on your back and just listen if you like. Take from it what you can, leave the rest. And I look forward to hopefully meeting you soon in one of our live Zoom grief relief classes. So welcome, Mama. I'm so glad you're here, and I see you. I see you. I know what you're going through, and I'm so sorry. Now let's try to reduce some of our suffering by doing a little bit of yoga. So in your comfortable seated position, your sit bones are grounded into the floor, and the crown of the head is lifted. It's floating up to the ceiling so that we have this beautiful tall posture, as tall as we can be anyway. And this is bringing in some room for us to breathe and to really open our hearts. So let's take the shoulders up, back, and down to really open the heart. And let's take our hands on our knees. And if you're comfortable with fluttering your eyes closed, if not, maybe just a slight downward gaze to rest the eyelids a little. Either way is fine, or just keep your eyes open. I'm going to close down my eyes and let's just focus on our breath. The breath is everything. Once we're born, we take our first breath. And one day we will take our last breath. So what we have right now is the opportunity to enjoy every breath to the best of our ability. And so let's go into our hearts and let's place both hands on our heart and feel the beating heart and the rise and fall of the chest as we take some deep inhales and deep exhales. So all together, let's breathe in Deeper. And exhale slowly all of the air. Couple more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in and fill your entire rib cage, front, sides, and back. And exhale, blow all of that air out. And one more time. Deep breath in. Feel your hands rise with your rib cage and your chest. And exhale, feel yourself change on the exhale. Flutter your eyes open. Keep your hands right here on your heart. And I want you to say to yourself the ancient Hawaiian prayer. It is a beautiful, beautiful practice. It's just 4 quick phrases. It's a great reminder of keeping it super simple and trying our best to love and forgive ourselves first and then everyone else around us. So I'll probably butcher this, but it's Ho'oponopono, the ancient, beautiful Hawaiian practice. And the 4 parts are: please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. So please close your eyes again. And I'm going to say that again really slowly. And if your heart is okay with this today, I want you to say it to yourself. Let's just concentrate on us today, as we should during this grief. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale. And quietly or out loud to yourself or out loud, repeat these words. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Flutter your eyes open and let's begin. Let's put the other foot in front and sit up tall again. Shoulders up, back and down. Hands on the knees. And let's just move our body in circles over the top of our hips. And we're bringing ourselves forward, side, back, and side. Now, while I'm teaching to you, I like to teach as a mirror. So I try to remember to say, hold up your right hand, but I hold up my left. So reverse. So I will try to say the opposite of what I'm doing when I'm facing you, so that we can hopefully be on the same side. I know it's so much easier that way. And let's find ourselves right in the center. Keep your hands on your knees. I'm going to turn just to the side a little bit so you can see me. We're going to go cat-cows, seated cat-cows. So the first thing we'll do is take a deep breath in, fill your lungs, pull your heart through the gate of the shoulders, elbows are bent, and you're actually pulling yourself forward. And then on the exhale, you round your back and actually pull back on the knees, straighten the arms, and tuck your chin. So we deep breath in, open that heart, exhale back, tuck the chin, even rolling back onto your tailbone. Inhale, lift. Exhale back. If you're doing this in a chair, you just want to sit out a little bit so that you have somewhere to go when you go back. Last inhale and last exhale, and bring yourself back up into a very tall seated position. Easy pose, Sukhasana. Let's put the other foot in front, and we are going to take it side to side for a moment, just opening up and waking up our side muscles, our core muscles, oblique muscles. Taking your right hand, placing it down on the ground, take your left arm up, and just first push down into the palm of your right hand as you're reaching up. So it's like you're pushing down into your right palm, pushing down into your left hip, reaching your left arm. And you'll feel a lot of action, a lot of heat as you push down and really invigorate here. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, start to lean over a little bit. And if you want a little more, you just take those fingertips and start to go out to the right a little bit. And some of us may be able to drop the forearm lower so that you deepen that stretch on the left side. But it's fine not to go all the way down. I never did in the beginning. So just find your edge today. But shine your heart open. And if that bothers your neck, just look down, but keep your rib cage spiraled open. Take a deep breath in. And exhale all the way up to the top. Now plant your left palm on the ground. Reach your right arm up. Pushing down into your left palm. Ground down into your right sit bone. Take a deep breath in. Exhale over to your left. And again, left fingertips start to move out so that your left elbow drops right below the left shoulder if you go into a deeper expression. And then spiraling the rib cage open, resting the neck by looking down. If that's easier, keep breathing. One more deep breath in. Exhale, reach up, both hands all the way to the top, and then hands come behind you. Clasp your fingertips behind your back. And as you do so, now if your shoulders are really tight, you might have to just reach without clasping. But if your shoulders are okay with this, draw your fists down behind you, sit up tall. See if you can bring your shoulders down, but lift your hands up, your palms up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, flip the palms to the front, interlace your fingers, push the palms away from you, shoulders down. Elbows actually have a slight bend. We're trying to not hyperextend, but pushing like they're straight with that slight bend. A little oxymoron there. Inhale. Exhale, arms up, palms face the ceiling. Deep, deep breath in again. As you exhale, take it over to the right slightly. Keep your arms by your ears. Inhale straight up to the ceiling. Exhale over to your left. Inhale up. And exhale, extend both legs out in front of you. I'm going to slightly turn so you can see better. And we're going to rotate through the ankles. Sitting up as tall as you can. Now, if it's hard for you to sit up straight, then it makes it easier if you put a pillow underneath your tailbone. And I should have told you that in the beginning. Sorry. And then let's reverse and switch the direction of the ankle circles. Let's point both toes, flex both heels, point, flex, opening up those ankle joints. Feels good all the way up and down the legs. And release that. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Now, if it's more comfortable for you to bend your knees here, please feel free. Exhale and just hover over those legs. And let's be active in our feet. Either flex or point, whichever feels best. Or you can floint, where you point and then you pull your toes back like you're wearing a high heel shoe. And then take another deep breath in. And then exhale and see if you can bring yourself forward. Just don't worry about how low you go. Just breathe and notice the sensations. This is really good for your digestive tract. We're kind of squeezing the blood out of the abdominal area. And when we come back up, a whole new whoosh of fresh blood is going in. Okay, let's transition out of hands and knees. We'll go into some cat-cows officially. We want our elbows to have a slight bend. Tuck the toes. And you want to tone your abdominals. So hold your abdominals tight. Elbows have a slight bend. Plug in your shoulders. And we're going to take some deep breaths in and out. On the inhale, we drop the belly, lift the chin, and lift the tailbone. And then on the exhale, tuck under, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, puff your back. Deep breath in, lift, up, up, up. Exhale, and take it into cat. 2 more. Deep breath in, kind of exaggerate, color outside the lines a little. Find those beautiful nuances. One more. When I cohere into my cat, I'm seeing Judson. Exhale under. Maybe bring a picture of your beautiful child that you can take a peek at during class. Hold yourself here in the center. Untuck the toes and sit back on your feet if that's comfortable. Now, if that's not comfortable, you can put a blanket under your knees and come up on your knees or put a blanket behind, a folded up blanket behind your knees, so that when you come back here, it's not such a deep bend for the knees. There are just so many props that we can use, and I will show more as we go along in the future videos. So I have a picture of Judson right there. I have a candle going. I I want to feel this horrible thing. So I'm I am making myself feel the feelings. And when you're ready, if you're not already, I recommend that you do that as well. It's really, really helped me to keep him top of mind. Make sure my friends say his name. I'm not shy about letting people know that. Okay, so next we're going to go into puppy pose. So we're going to walk our hands out slightly. Now on puppy pose, you keep your knees and hips parallel. So you just walk your hands out and then try to drop your chest. Now you can modify right here. The full expression of the posture is here. You could put your forehead on the ground and reach your arms out, but your hips need to stay mostly over your hips need to stay mostly over your knees. And you just open up your back here. Some people like to actually pull their throat towards the ground to take it into a deeper expression. But that is really, really big, so be careful. And then as you're ready, bring yourself all the way down onto your forearms and all the way down to the ground into Sphinx pose. Fingers are spread about 2/3. And we plug the shoulders in, dig in your elbows, and gently pull your hips forward as you're digging your elbows in. And this really strengthens your back muscles. If you want even more, if it's not too difficult, see if you can take the tops of your feet, push them down into the mat, and then pull your shoulders back, lift your heart, pull the back of your head back. I'm just giving lots and lots of nuances to really go deep if you want to. And then release that. Place your head on your palms, one palm on top of the other, like a little pillow, and then just relax. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Loving yourself through this, taking this time for yourself, this self-care. Hands are to the sides of the shoulders. Plug in your elbows, tuck your toes, and bring yourself back up to hands and knees. And from hands and knees right here, we're simply going to do a spinal twist. So when you do a spinal twist, you might want to watch first, and then we'll do it together. So we're going to lift up the right arm, and we'll lift up to the ceiling, and then we're going to reach underneath our left and thread the needle, and you want to bring your right temple down to the ground. And then your left arm is going to walk above your head. So let's do that all together. We'll do that on both sides. If that is too uncomfortable for you right now, if that's, ahead of where you want to be in your yoga practice, just take yourself into child's pose, which is knees wide, feet together, and just rest there. And you can join back in when you're ready. Otherwise, the spinal twist, really good for the digestive tract, good for elimination and digestion. Take your right arm, take a deep breath in, reach up to the sky, and then exhale, slowly thread the needle underneath your left armpit. Bring in your right ear and your right cheek and temple to the ground. Walk your left fingertips above your head. And then if this is enough, great. If you want a little more, you bump your hips over to the right just a little bit, and that really opens up the stretch. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. One more deep breath. Using the breath, calming down that parasympathetic nervous system. As you're ready, take your left hand, plant it under your left shoulder, lift up, unwind, reach your right arm all the way up to the ceiling, and then bring yourself back down to all fours, tabletop. Left side, take your left arm up, reach all the way up to the ceiling, open that heart, exhale, thread the needle, tuck down into the left side now, left shoulder, left cheek, left ear, walk your right hand along the ground, above your head, and reach, and then bump your hips to the left if you want to increase that big stretch on your side. Not necessary, just adding some embellishments here. Taking a deep breath in, filling those lungs, exhale, And again, deep breath in and exhale, and bring that right hand underneath the right shoulder. Unwind, lifting up that left hand up to the ceiling and back down. Hands on the mat. We're going into a down facing dog. Tuck your toes, plug in your shoulders. You might want to watch first. It's really important to lift and push not only your hips back, but your chest back. And then your heels do not have to touch the ground. And on this first one, we're just going to walk and pedal out our feet. But the reason I say to watch first is because I want to show you what I see a lot in class. I see people coming up like this and they're still over their hands. They're still over their, their upper body is over their hands and their neck is wrenching. So what you really want to do is continue to push your hips to the back wall. Look between your legs underneath you. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck be long. And then from here, walk out your heels. So let's try that together. And I wish I could see you. That's the one disadvantage to Zoom, not doing this live. That's why I want you to look first, and then feel your way through it. Okay, so here we go. Plug in your shoulders. Elbows have a slight bend. Toes are tucked. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift your hips up and back. Tuck your head towards your chest and start to pedal out your feet. One heel down and then the other. Your navel is tight. Pushing, pushing, pushing. One heel down, then the other. And just enjoying the incredible rush of blood that's in your brain right now. This is a game changer as far as reducing stress. Let's hold the right heel down and keep the left heel up. Arms might be getting tired if you're new to this, so we'll come out of this in just a moment. But let your head be heavy, really heavy. Let your neck relax. This blood rushing to your brain here stimulates the endocrine system. Let's switch sides. Really helps to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest digest. Almost done. One more breath. All right, rise up on both balls of the feet. Bend both knees. Look between your thumbs and then set your knees down. And now we'll go into child's pose. So take your knees wide, feet together. Walk your hands out in front of you and open up your back as you set yourself down. Now, if that's too difficult, make a pillow with your hands. If it's too difficult for your knees, you can place a big folded blanket behind your thighs. And if it's too difficult to get your forehead onto your hands, some people will actually kind of make a little prop with their hands under their chin, or they'll stack their fists to keep their forehead up a little bit higher. So many options. As we get to know one another, we can do a lot of special props to make sure everyone in class is really getting the most from this. One more deep breath in right here. Exhale and release that. Okay. So today's practice is really short and really sweet, because we need to make it so that it's not stressful and that it's actually doing what it is designed to do and bring our parasympathetic nervous system online. Let's lie on our backs and pull the knees right into the chest. And vigorous workouts are also good in that they help to increase the heart rate and move the body in a different way. However, it's progressive. We need to work up to that. So it's important to really listen to your body and work within your parameters that are safe, with a little working towards the edge to challenge yourself. All right, let's place one foot on the ground and then the other, and we're going to go up into a bridge. So palms down, and just push your heels into the ground. Your feet are about hip distance apart, close to your rear end. And we're just going to lift up into a bridge. When you do this, some people like to tuck under their shoulders and clasp their fingers underneath. If you can't do that, just keep your palms here. Tuck your chin slightly, neck is flat. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, gently bring yourself back down. And now walk your feet to the wide edges of your mat, to the width of your mat. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees both over to the right and then up to the center and both over to the left. And just notice that. Notice how that feels as we work our body and we go into some of these more uncomfortable, shall we say, or pushing the envelope postures, either by range of motion or how long we hold it. It really helps to push you to the edge, and it also brings about what we what we kind of associate with managing our discomfort, like taking ourselves to that place, but then backing off when we need to, but maybe 5 seconds after. Pushing yourself to the edge, teaching us a little bit of, I don't know, just being able to handle the hard things. All right, keep your knees over to the left next time you're on the left. And then look to the right and just take a deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in, lift both knees up to the center and then drop them over to the right and then check it over. I can't talk. Turn your neck to the left is what I was trying to say. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, bring yourself back into the center, knees up. And then walk your feet together. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Hold them in nice and tight. And maybe, if it's available today, give yourself a hug by bringing your chest up, your chin up, and then down. And then extend your legs all the way down into Shavasana. Arms wherever you're comfortable. It's a true Shavasana. Your arms are to your sides. True Shavasana, traditional Shavasana. But we can color outside the lines anytime we want to and change things so that it's comfortable for us. I like to have my arms up in a cactus above my head because I sit a lot at the office and I need to have these pectoralis, chest muscles, opened as much as possible. So I like to go here, but you go where it's comfortable for you. Let's close our eyes down and let's focus again on our breath. Silence and Shavasana, and really going inside, is arguably the hardest, the most difficult, the most challenging asana or posture in a yoga class. And I know for me, when Judson first died, I could not do this for more than about 5 seconds. So if you've already had enough, please feel free to come out. I'm going to try to go one more minute here. The ultimate Shavasana would be a 5-minute Shavasana for an hour class, and it goes up from there. The longer the class, the longer you rest at the end. It is absolutely a beautiful time to go deep inside. It changes your brain chemistry. It makes things work differently. We create some new neural pathways. So I'm going to be completely quiet for one entire minute. Breathe. You do what you can and come out if you need to. And I'll call you out in 1 minute. Just breathe. Soften between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. And I'll see you in a minute. As you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. And bring a little life into your body again, drawing the knees into your chest. And with the knees into your chest, bring yourself over to your side using your bottom arm as a pillow. Knees are up into the chest. This puts us in the fetal position. Take a deep breath here. As you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. Have a seat. Make yourself nice and comfy. It's amazing how 1 minute feels like forever when you are in total silence. It gets better, it gets easier. I promise you that. I promise you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Again, this special class today is dedicated to Holly's mom. And I want every mom out there who has lost a baby, has lost a child, who has lost an adult child, to know that I see you, I hear you. I said earlier, I know what you're going through, but I really don't know what you are going through. I know what I have gone through. I should say it that way. And just in general, losing a child is the most horrendous, horrible thing to go through. And I see you, I honor you, whatever your child's name is, please let me know so that I can dedicate a class to your child or to you. Thank you so much for being here. I want to just leave us with the ancient Hawaiian prayer again. Ho'oponopono. And again, I'm probably butchering that, so please forgive me. And it is, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. See you next time.